Increase the volume. If you don't increase the volume, why tell me? My name is Collins Agawabe, popularly known as No Maiden, but last, more than No Maiden. Or more. Not be all so the cook right at the fry plantain. We keep on watching VOP TV. The voice of the people, the voice of Edo. If you now want to get the authentic news for Edo, the way it be, that's why they show and all they cut anything come on. A VOP TV.
Hello there, my name is Damilola Ogunsi, also known as the Goldfish.
Hi, my name is Chiki Bright Emmanuel. I'm an actor and a filmmaker.
Hello peeps, my name is Yomi E. Adejimo.
Hi everyone, I'm Paul Utomi.
Hi everyone, my name is Stacey Benjamin and this is Voice of the People TV.
I need you to keep it locked to VOP TV. See, are you looking for good entertainment? You want to get good movies, good music, politics, talk shows, sports and entertainment. You really want a channel that gives you everything you need without you having to run around. VOP is where you are. That's Voice of the People.
If you're not listening to this, you're not one of us. And you deserve to be killed. Scrap chat. Don't be killed, but watch it. Or I'll find you. And I want you.
And you are locked on VOP TV. Don't go nowhere. This is where the juice is. This is where all you need for entertainment, politics, movies, and whatnot.
And keep watching VOP TV.
So keep it locked because I'm locked already, man, and it's money back guarantee. So you're gonna have a good time because I do.
And please keep watching VOP TV.
I won't want to actually, I beg you, subscribe, watch it. If not, whatever you see.
You better not touch that die because VOP is the plot.
From the views on the street,
we go to bed empty hunger,
to the blaring horns of a hustling city. The loudest voices of the common man got a medium to be heard.
This particular administration, they were coming unprepared.
It's not a bad thing to renovate the president's lodge.
Through top-notch programming, unbiased reportage of news, sports, business, entertainment, and cultural documentaries, Voice of the People 90.3 FM became a symbol for 21st century media. And now, a new baby is born. Voice of the People Television, VOP TV, youthful, full of vigor and penchant for excellence in the continent's media space, exposing the wrongs, applauding the rights, dissecting the news without fear or favor, through factual and accurate stories and contents.
Corruption kills three things that makes a society.
Representing the interests of the people and giving them a voice. Voice of the People TV is here to stay towards building a fair society. VOP TV, Voice of the People Television, truly a voice for the people.
It was 104, yes, 104 points behind the race leader Lando Norris, and right now he is just 12 points behind. Can he still take this to bring it home and make it 5 Formula 1 title wins on the bounce? Only time will tell. 2 races to go, but you can't take anything away from the Mad Max himself. But yes, we will be starting from the world of football. And yes, it was a club derby, a very, very intense club derby in the Turkey Super League. Yes, right there in Turkey. Galatasaray up against Fenerbahce. In fact, it was Fenerbahce that was at home. And, you know, when we mention Galatasaray, we have our striker, our very own Nigerian number 9, Victor James Osimhen. And he returned in that game. It was a fantastic game. Of course, tense. It was the top 2. Yes, it was the top of the table clash. And Nigerian striker Victor Osimhen made his return for Galatasaray in a thrilling 1-1 draw against Fenerbahce, keeping the Lions at the top of the Turkish Super League title race. Leroy Sané, yes, you remember that name, former Manchester City man. Leroy Sané, yes, he put Galatasaray ahead in the 27th minute, scoring up against another former Manchester City teammate in Ederson Moraes, yes, who is the goalkeeper of Fenerbahce, of course. And Sané put Galatasaray ahead in 27th minute. But a former Premier League player as well, John Duran, yes, he scored a dramatic late equalizer in the 95th minute to ensure the 1-point gap between the rivals remained unchanged. and this result extends Fenerbahce's unbeaten streak to 12 matches across all competitions, though they failed to leapfrog Galatasaray into the league lead. It could have been 4 points, but it still remains 1 point with that draw. And the match was marked with pre-game tensions, with players from both sides clashing during warm-ups. Of course, that game is usually a very, very, very tense game. And Fenerbahce fans can even expect more tension when they go, to Galatasaray's home. That place is not a place you want to be at all as an away fan. And discipline became a factor as the match wore on, with Fenerbahce collecting 3 yellow cards and Galatasaray receiving 4. I mean, there are some pictures there where the likes of Lucas Torreira, Yunus Akgun, I mean, if you see their faces, and Torreira had to, put something on. Look at Lucas Torreira. I mean, this was just supposed to be a game of football, but it just shows that that tense derby. And we've seen other tense derbies, in fact, in South America, Boca Juniors and River Plate. We've seen the likes of Galatasaray and Fenerbahce. I will bring in my guest and ask him the biggest derbies in football. And Osimhen, who received a caution in the 71st minute, was part of the Galatasaray squad that controlled 43.8% of possession, but struggled to convert chances into goals. A lot of talking points from this game, but I want to bring in my guest now. Olamide, you're welcome to the show. You're welcome to the program. And first, I will start with Victor Osimhen's return. I mean, it seems a little bit controversial, all right, because when he limped out of that game, that crucial game against DR Congo, where Nigeria, the Super Eagles of Nigeria, ultimately failed to, pick a World Cup ticket. I mean, it was said that he was injured and all of that. They thought it was even going to be a long-term injury. Right now, he tweeted something. He said something just before this game. He said he's going to give his blood, sweat, and tears. He's going to give his all for Galatasaray. But he's not channeling that energy into the Super Eagles. It is just, Afcon is 19 days away, not even 20, less than 19 days away right now. Yeah. And we are still not seeing that energy from Victor Osimhen yet, right? But this game, Galatasaray against Fenerbahce, was intense. So, speaking of Victor Osimhen, that's one. And also, what are the intense, derbies or rivalries that you've seen that will make you see pictures like that, where Lucas Torreira putting on that headband and also a player living with a black eye?
Well, firstly, talking about Victor Osimhen, him coming out to the media space to say that he will give his all to his team and all that. I think even beyond football, in life in general, no matter how passionate you might get or how workaholic you can be, if your environment is not pouring back into you, or you don't have an enabling environment that would, bring out the best in you, or even appreciate, or even if it does not appreciate, even acknowledge the fact that we are trying to make this thing work. If the environment is not accommodating that, or does not recognize that, or is not configured to accept that, then you have a problem. I think, if you look at Galatasaray, even just look at the fans alone, they are not just there to watch the game. Fans, I don't know. They are not there for entertainment. They are there to play the game.
Even in away grounds, right? They are on you, singing.
They are
every
singing.
single time.
Sometimes you see them standing up. They are not even watching the game. They are telling the opponent, "Welcome to hell." This is hell.
In my away ground, they are still saying, "Welcome to hell." Like those guys. I mean, we've seen the likes of Olamide. Sorry to cut you there. We've seen the likes of Dortmund's yellow wall.
Of course.
Anfield used to be intimidating, especially on the Champions League night. We've seen the River Plate fans at the Monumental. We've seen the PSG.
Even Slavia Prague that we played this season. We were leading them 3-0. They were still chanting.
Slavia Prague is there. Eintracht Frankfurt is there. What is it that the fans' energy, what do you think it transmits into the players, to go on and win a game? How do you see it, transmitting to the players to go on?
Yes, it's like you having someone cheering you on. Okay, let's say you're playing against someone else now. Let's say probably lawn tennis game, it's an individual sport. Then your opponent has 1,000 fans behind him cheering him on. Then you have 0. It's like no one is acknowledging your effort, no one is pushing you, no one is saying, all right, you're on the right track. Even if you feel, no one is saying, okay, let's keep moving, let's keep doing these things. So that is what Osimhen has. Even when Osimhen decided to move to Galatasaray, I said this is a very, very good move.
You need to see that welcome
Osimhen and Galatasaray have this same aura. He wants to give it his all. The Galatasaray fans too, they are also welcoming that kind of thing. So if he's not seeing this in his Super Eagles, that means behind the scene, because we all know it's like software and hardware. what you see on the software is determined by how well the hardware can accommodate what the software is bringing.
Yeah.
So if the software wants to move faster, but the hardware is nowhere to be found, the system will break up. Or the hardware will have to slow down whatever the software is bringing into the system. So I think that's what we are seeing between the Super Eagles and this Fenerbahce side. And also talking about these clashes between two big teams, we said Clasico in the past. Look at Arsenal and Chelsea during the weekend.
Yeah.
That was not a football game. That was pure war from the start to finish.
It was like rugby.
It was like rugby. Caicedo was doing all the dirty work. Cucurella, you know, they were all just we're not playing football that day.
Yeah. There's even a picture. So I would love the producers to bring a picture where Moises Caicedo stamped on Mikel Merino, and also it also happened in this game where Milan Skriniar of Fenerbahce also stamped. He appeared to stamp on Gabriel Sara of Galatasaray, and it wasn't called. That one did not even come with any card. And look at this. Look at that one. What is this inconsistency with referees? Look at that tackle with Milan Skriniar and Gabriel Sara. I mean, it's the same thing. In fact, it's almost the same thing. No, even it is the same. There was a stamp on Gabriel Sara's foot, but there was no card. Just like Chelsea fans are also complaining, say even Enzo Maresca mentioned it about Rodrigo Bentancur and Rhys James. What is this inconsistency with referees that we are seeing? Sometimes, does it look like they are afraid, or do they have this bias towards some particular clubs or players? Why don't they give this card? And also, is there like, let me say, a difference or a contrast in interest between a conflict of interest between the referees and the VAR? And remember, the VAR is also a referee. He is the video assistant referee. It's just that his own job is to watch, to see videos and act upon it. But why is it looking like the VAR is even having higher power than the on-field referee?
I think there is a mix-up here. I think we have referees now who actually want to put on the jersey and kick the ball. Honestly, I think
changing shots.
See, honestly, I think referee adjustments. I've watched a lot of Champions League games whereby you see this game is very, very intense, but you barely even notice that there's a ref on the pitch because he allows the game to flow. When he needs to give the card, he gives the card.
That you give 3 yellows.
The referee does not. A mature referee does not want to be in the spotlight. It's the players that should be in the spotlight, not him. He's supposed to be just somewhere around the pitch, not actually, dictating everything. He wants to blow every time. He wants to give the red. He wants to give the yellow, or maybe he leaves a tackle when he should have actually awarded a yellow or red. So maybe these refs, maybe they need to cut down on wanting to be under the radar or under the spotlight or something.
You want to make the game about you.
About you.
Should make a big game.
Just to be in the media. They say Anthony Taylor. Anthony Taylor was actually trending.
More than some particular
more than the players on the pitch. That was why I said they actually want to take on the jersey and kick the ball. That's just what's left now.
All right. That's just it. All right. And Galatasaray, they retained first place with 3 points from 14 matches, while Fenerbahce sits second on 32 points. And the team's next matches will be very, very crucial in determining the outcome of the title race. And we spoke about Victor Osimhen, obviously our Nigerian striker. He is playing in the Turkish Super League. Right there in Turkey. He's not even the highest goal scorer at the moment because the highest goal scorer, currently the top goal scorer in Turkey, in the Turkish Super League, is also Nigerian. Wow. And that's Paul Onuachu, who has, I think, 11 goals in 14 games. Now, Afcon is coming. Right? December 21st, it is happening in Morocco. Nigeria, some teams are already bringing up their final squad, not even the preliminary squad. Some teams are already releasing their final squad. Egypt has done so. We know Mohamed Salah is going, Omar Mamouche is going, some other names like that, Ramadan Sobi and all of that. South Africa, our old guys that we don't really like and they don't really like us when it comes to football matters. We love South Africans, but then we are all Africans. When it comes to football matters, you know that there's this beef between Nigeria and South Africa. They have released their own final squad for the Afcon. This is a team that's even qualified for the World Cup. They have released their squad for the Afcon. What is going on with the Super Eagles? And the Super Eagles, they delayed announcement of their professional squad for the 2025 Africa Cup of Nations Afcon in Morocco has raised concern about the team's preparedness. The squad was initially expected to be released on November 25, but as of December 2nd, today, no list has been made public. Not even the preliminary, not even the final. What is going on? And this delay, I mean, look at that. They posted this on November 25th on their X handle, saying, just trying to make like a teaser, like goalkeepers, defenders, midfielders, and forward. Who are the people that you're expecting to see? Till today, as we are speaking, that it is still empty. 55-man list that we are supposed to see, it is still empty till today. What is going on? Afcon is 19 days away. Camp is supposed to open December 10. Finalists are supposed to be, submitted December 11. That means, with the way I'm seeing this thing now, it's just looking like they want to just throw up players in our faces when it comes to like maybe 4 days or 3 days before the final squad submission. They will just throw players and be like, that is what you will take.
Well, maybe
because we're supposed to say preliminary. Some players are going to be missing. Moses Simon might miss the group stage, right? Because we spoke yesterday that he's injured. Benjamin Fredericks, like I would say, Nigeria's most trusted centre back right now, is missing the tournament altogether. Who are the people you are calling up? What is going on?
Maybe they want to surprise us.
Surprise us with what?
With new set of players.
but we should know now. South Africa, I think about a week or 2 weeks ago, released their preliminary squad. Sharply, they have released the final squad. What is going on? And I mean, pundits, fans are frustrated. Let us know the people you want to take. Who are the people in the midfield? Trustekong has announced his international retirement. He is not going. Who are the people we want to see at the back? Do we know them? Where did they play? Or are they still saying, okay, don't worry about it, we are going to spawn the old names that have been playing all the tournament so far? Olamide, I don't know what you think, because it looks like when you look at it, you just get also almost as frustrated and as confused. What is going on with the NFF and releasing of the not even preliminary, whatever you want to release, just release the players, let us see, and time is going.
You see, this thing shows that in the NFF, between the NFF and the Super Eagles team, the backroom staff and all that, there is no, I don't want to use the word synergy, but they are not on the same page at all. And this thing is beyond just kicking football on the pitch. There is a political side of this thing that I'm seeing. I might be wrong, but I think it is more political than actual football.
Of course.
Because by now, if they are sports...
I want my own player to be
exactly.
there. Why are they not giving
if they are
football
oriented now? You see, that's what we have been asking over the years.
Yeah.
And now, Eric Chen would most likely take the fall. Because he's the coach. They'll
he's
say,
the fall guy now.
You take the fall.
You see, with this NFF, Olamide, you can expect anything.
Anything is possible.
That's the way they put Cyril Dessers and William Trustekong under the... You came out to release a statement putting your own captain and your striker under the boss, putting blames on them directly. NFF.
When you're supposed to
Football Federation. When you're supposed to
protect those players.
So I won't be surprised if Eric checked this before. He is the fall guy. I mean, look at that. This is Egypt's. This is Egypt's squad. Thank you, my producer.
These are serious teams.
Yeah, thank you, my producer. Look at the Egypt squad. El Shenawi is there. I mean, look at the defense. Rami Rabia, one of my favorite defenders, is also there. Look at their forwards. They're just 3. Osama Faisal, Salah Mohsen, and Mustafa Mohammed. And look at their midfielders. What I'm saying here is, squad is out.
Of course.
19 days to go. Squad is already out. Everybody can rest. You that you are going, you already know that you are going. You know they go, you know that you are not going. But now, as it stands in the Super Eagles now, everybody they go.
Yes, now because we don't have the squad list yet.
Now look at Cameroon. This is Cameroon now. This one is even shocking. Let's focus on Cameroon for a while. There is no Andre Onana. Manchester United defect.
It's not about the team. It's not about how big the team you're playing for.
No,
what are you doing in the team? What is your contributions?
I mean, he's teammates with Paul Onuachu of Nigeria. Okay. Champs Ospo is doing well. Onuachu is doing his business on the other end of the pitch, getting goals. And Onana, trust me, he has been doing well since the left match.
Maybe it means that the coach does not have trust in him. Maybe over time, he has not been consistent.
Now, I'll give kudos to the coach. You know what you want.
Exactly.
He's going to take the fall, though.
Yes.
If Cameroon,
if it goes bad,
if it goes bad, he's going to take the fall, right? Because they'll be like, why did you take Onana? This goalkeeper you took is not the best. But then he's bold.
Yes.
But what is wrong with our own Eric Chell?
See, maybe in the contract there is no clause of being bold anywhere in the contract. You cannot be bold. This is your employer.
You have to be a yes man.
You just have to be a yes man. And just hope for the best, that okay, these players will get to the pitch. And I think that energy is also rubbing off on those players. They know what's the way this guy would not be a yes man if he wants to take the job. Because because you already know before you take the job. You sat down on the table, negotiating with this thing, and you accepted the job, knowing fully well that you have no power over these people.
I mean, my producer has been busting my head. Now, we mentioned South Africa. Look at that. The main, in fact, I love the South Africa squad. Robert Williams, that's the man, Ballon d'Or nominee. Sifo China is there. Ricardo. These players already know they are making it. Kuliso Modao. These are most of the players that haven't played, that negotiated the World Cup qualifiers. CBC is there. Sabang Matuludi is there. Mbekelezi Mbukazi, 19-year-old defender, is there. Tylon Smith, Aubrey Modiba, Ndamane, Siabonga, Ngezana. I mean, these are players that they already know that this is what we want to take to the Afcon. And they're looking at their squad, still looking at some of my players that, I watch, most times. Oswinapolis, Mohau Nkota, Shepang Moremi, Evidence Magokpa, like Foster, who plays for Burnley. Sifo Mbule is also there, who plays for Orlando Pirates. Elias Mokwana, Sandre Campbell, and Reloboile Mofokeng, who also plays for Orlando Pirates. These are players that they've already brought out. The list is up. See the way producer give me Super Eagles list now. Sharply, please. I'm still waiting before we move on. Super Eagles list. Producer, he has been busting my head with other people's list.
Oh, right.
Producer, this is unfair.
Just look at the goalkeepers.
This is unfair.
Look at fantastic defenders.
You can see. Nigeria, what is going on? I mean, even off the pitch, things are going on in the country, right? There's this joy that sports and football will give you. Why are you trying to rob us of that joy? We already know that you haven't qualified for the World Cup. We never forgive them. We haven't forgiven them completely.
The World Cup.
Now, Afcon, local champ. Much respect to the Afcon, right?
Yes.
But it's local. It's local. It is. Let me say. It is intracontinental. It is within.
Yes,
it is within the continent. But intercontinental. That was what DR Congo went for.
Yes.
DR Congo robbed Nigeria of a World Cup ticket. Much respect to DR Congo too.
Yes.
They robbed Nigeria of a World Cup ticket.
Did they rob us? Or
they outsmarted the Super Eagles, or they big brothered the Super Eagles. No, honestly, now they took that away from us. Now, on a more serious note, we haven't even forgiven the NFF completely. We are now saying, okay, this Afcon, last Afcon you got to the final. Yes. This one, non-negotiable. You must win it. If you want to be on the good books of Nigerians, you have to win this one. Is this how you want to go and win the Afcon? Not releasing a squad. Others are getting ready for you. You think they don't want to win too? I mean, Olamide, what do you see?
Maybe he wants to see other people's squad first. So you get. So you're able to look at their strengths and weaknesses and know what kind.
He wants to see other.
He wants to see their handwriting. So you know how to select his own players.
Olamide, if you hear the feelers I'm getting from you, now you see how I'm calling for timeout. How would you say he wants to see other people's? And it's true. It might be true. Maybe he wants to see that. This South African squad. Let me see the players I want to bring in. But on a more serious note, it is going to spoil a lot of things. It is going to disrupt. We don't know the strikers that want to go. It's now like, okay, we will say, Osimhen is supposed to go. Normal. No. That is what we are doing now. Osimhen should go now. Osimhen is number one. We are Osimhen FC. Iwobi should go.
Yes.
Now, but out of all those regular names that you feel should make it, what of the others? What is the criteria for selection? Is it merit? Is it club form? Is it what? We don't even know yet. This 55-man list should have come out like a month or 2 months ago. Then you trim it down to the final. I think they can even give 28. Now, CAF came out with a statement and said you can bring up to 28 players. 28-man squad, we are not seeing anything. We haven't even seen the 55. What is going on? Is that list going to remain empty till the start of Afcon?
I think the list is going around now, probably to senators, House of Rep, politicians. Okay, who do you want? You know, all those things, and it's hard to compile all the list together when everybody is not in the same space. So you have to, but on a more serious note, it says a lot about Nigeria as a whole, even beyond, how you put yourself out there determines how people will see you.
Yeah.
So it says a lot. We are not organized, honestly, and I don't even expect us to really go far. These are serious teams.
Yeah.
They want to win. They know what they want. They know which players can get them to the finals, and they've put those players out there. For Nigeria, we're not even sure yet of what kind of players we want. So how do you want to determine where you are going to when you don't even have a map?
Do you think Nigeria the Super Eagles of Nigeria can go all the way to win the Afcon? Or what is your honest take about the Super Eagles? Of course, you can't forget about this delay that is happening in releasing of the squad. But when the squad eventually comes out, or before the squad even comes out, what do you think about the chances of the Super Eagles going into the Afcon 2025 in Morocco?
Well, if I consider how we played the what's it called, the World Cup qualification, I would say we don't have a chance. We are not even going to get.
So where do you see us as best?
Best, probably quarterfinals.
Quarterfinals.
Even that's if we play well and get out of the group stage.
Yeah.
Because right now, honestly, because right now, if you look at the Super Eagles on paper, we are a very, very fantastic team. But now put them on the pitch, let them replicate what they've been playing on club levels and all that. They just find it hard to synergize. And I think it is because of what is happening behind the scenes. I think it's getting to this player, so they have no motivation.
I think what I would take from here is that, number one, we shouldn't politicize football. You don't do that. Let the coach do what he wants to do. That's why you employed him. But also as well, they knew what they were doing by taking somebody that would do their bidding. I mean, there were bigger coaches. I remember that time that there were rumors about Afi Renard do not take all of this one. Afi Renard is somebody that is direct. He knows what he was. This was somebody that led Zambia to the Afcon title. He led Ivory Coast. They've been waiting for this thing. Ivory Coast, they were even going through a phase during that time, and he brought them together, he brought people together, and they won the Afcon in 2015 with Toure and the likes. That is somebody I was expecting the Super Eagles to. But it's like, we are not Super Eagles anymore. We are just Super...
We are just Eagles.
We are just Eagles.
Yeah.
No. Even the Malians are just Eagles. It's the Eagles of Mali.
Okay.
It's the Carthage Eagles of Tunisia. Okay. And the Super... Let's move on. So the delay has also sparked speculation about which players will make the final cut. And the football analyst Clinton McDobus also predicts that familiar names will dominate the squad. Of course, we discussed that, potentially leaving out informed players like Paul Onuachu. I think Paul Onuachu is a player that Nigerians want to see. When you are doing so well at club level, they want to see you also transmit that one into the national team, at least to try to win the Afcon. And the Super Eagles will face tough competition in Group C, where they will take on Tunisia, Uganda, and Tanzania. I call it tough because when we saw that draw for the World Cup qualifiers, we were like, South Africa should be the only problem. Yeah. And it became a tough World Cup qualifying phase. And this one as well is also tough. I mean, Olamide, quickly, before we move on, look at the groups now. Morocco, Mali, Zambia, and Comoros are in Group A. Egypt, South Africa, Angola, and Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe, remember, they were in our group. Also, South Africa, they were in our group for the World Cup qualifiers. That is in Group B. In Group C, yes, we have two Eagles back-to-back, the Super Eagles and the Carthage Eagles, Nigeria, Tunisia, and we also have Uganda and the Taifa Stars of Tanzania in Group C. In Group D, this should be interesting. Senegal, yes, you remember the Teranga Lions are there. DR Congo, the team that big brothered the Super Eagles out of the World Cup tickets. Benin Republic, of course, that team that they were familiar foes as well. Then Botswana also there. And in Group E, we have Algeria, Riyad Mahrez and the likes. Burkina Faso with Dago Ouattara of Brentford should be leading the line. Equatorial Guinea, Emilio Usue should be there. And Sudan, they are also there in Group E. Group F, Ivory Coast, Nicolas Pepe, Amad Diallo. Yeah, you know them. Cameroon, Brian Mbeumo. So we are seeing a potential Manchester United reunion. Yes, reunion there between Amad Diallo and Brian Mbeumo. Gabon, of course, you know that disappointment they faced against Nigeria. We have Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, Denny Bouanga, and Mario Junior Lemina, and also Mozambique with the likes of Jenny Katamu playing for them right there. It's going to be an interesting Afcon. What are the chances? I mean, look at Group A. Quickly, I know the competition has not started, but let me just take a prediction. In Group A, Morocco, Mali, Zambia, and Comoros. Quickly, who is going?
I think Morocco and
the host, right?
Yes, host. Yes.
Morocco and Mali. Mali has not been doing well of late, but then, okay, Morocco and Mali. Group B, quickly.
Group B, Egypt. Well, Egypt is okay. South Africa, fantastic.
So
Zimbabwe should be able to, you know,
pull one or two shocks, right? Okay, in Group C, Nigeria and
Group C. Tunisia is definitely going.
Tunisia, fantastic by the way. Yes. Those guys played the World Cup qualifiers, scored 22 goals and conceded 0. So
Nigeria should be able to go.
Nigeria should be
no matter how bad we play, we should be able to.
So now should be able. We
should be.
All right, in Group D, Senegal, DR Congo, Benin Republic, and Botswana.
Senegal and DR Congo for me.
Just the way they arrange them.
Just the way they are.
No, so far it's been the way they arrange it.
Just like that's the way they are.
All right, in Group E, Algeria, Burkina Faso. I expect this one to be able to.
Equatorial Guinea is a very good side.
Yeah.
And probably Algeria.
Okay, and in Group F, Ivory Coast, Cameroon, Gabon, and Mozambique.
I think just the way it is.
Just the way it is. I mean, and Afcon will be missing big names. 2 teams that qualify for the World Cup will not be playing this Afcon. That's talking about Ghana and Cabo Verde. But let's move on. I mean, the list should be submitted December 11. We mentioned that. But let's move on to the CAF Under-15 Championships. I mean, if the Super Eagles are not doing the business, the Under-15 should be able to do so. But Nigeria's Under-15 boys are looking to bounce back from their opening defeat to Ivory Coast. Yes, in the CAF Under-15 Schools Championship, but they faced a crucial match against Benin Republic today in Ouagadougou, and the young Nigerians lost 4-1 to the Ivorians on Monday, but a win against Benin will keep their semi-final hopes alive. And the team, coached by Oluwaseun Oyeniyi, is drawn from 5 secondary schools across Kaduna, Enugu, Jalingo, Ogwashioku, and Ido-Ekiti. And the CAF Schools Football Championship is being held at the Stade du Fort Aout, that's the August 4 Stadium, with teams from Burkina Faso, Ghana, Niger, Ivory Coast, Benin, and Nigeria competing across the region. And the young squad will look to cross the region. And the young squad will look to rediscover cohesion and purpose against a determined Benin side. These are boys that should potentially be playing for the Under-17 after this one.
Yes.
But losing games like this, losing to Ivory Coast, do you think they should be able to beat Benin quickly?
Well, they should be able to beat Benin.
Yeah.
I think it should be a learning curve for them, losing to Ivory Coast 4-1. They should be able to go back to the drawing board. Look at what
drawing board is this drawing board every time.
Drawing board never full. We've seen Guardiola using the drawing board, drawing his tactics. We've seen Ateta using the drawing board.
There's still space on that board. On Nigeria's drawing board, it looks like it's.
Don't worry, let's just keep going back. Let's just keep going back and correcting our mistakes. If they can snatch a win against Benin Republic, to be very good for them. All
right, from that disappointing result, let's move on to a team that's actually making Nigeria proud right now, and Olamide are involved in that one. Nigeria's Special Eagles, yes, those are the amputees, the Paralympians, the para athletes. Of course, the Nigeria Special Eagles have advanced to the final of the football event at the inaugural West Africa Zone A and B Para Games in Abeokuta, and they secured enough points from the group stage, where the hosts dominated both on the field and in the overall medal standings. And the Eagles' solid defensive display against Liberia was enough to secure their place in the championship decider, which will take place alongside the closing ceremony at the MKO Abiola Stadium right there in Abeokuta. And Nigeria had earlier beaten Cameroon 1-0, and they thrashed Benin Republic 11-0 in their opening match, making them one of the favourites for the title. Beyond football, Nigeria continued to make a strong impression across multiple events, remaining at the top of the medal table heading into day 3. And local athletes delivered standout performances, including Kebbi's para-badminton athlete Ibrahim Tuko, who won gold in his category. And Ghana also made a strong impact on day 3 of the games, winning 8 medals and to boost their standing in the continental competition. And this is the medal table, Olamide, in Nigeria, of course. It's taking place in Abeokuta, so you expect the host, to do something. And Nigeria, look at that, total gold, 9 gold, 11 silver, and 5 bronze. That's 25 medals right there. Benin Republic with 2 gold, no silver, and 6 bronze, making them second right there. And yes, looking at that, this is fantastic. Total from the 8 teams there, total gold is 12. Nigeria has 9 of them. Total silver is 11. Nigeria has total silver is 12 as well. Nigeria has 11 of those, and the total bronze is 16, and Nigeria has 5 of those. And if the Super Eagles, they have 2 legs, 2 arms, functioning, right? Can't even release a squad list, can't get a World Cup ticket. Look at what the Special Eagles are doing. Before now, the para athletes, they went for the powerlifting world championships, they brought back medals. We have also seen other sports. The Paralympians also, they are targeting the Paralympics, very soon, right there in 2028. What is going on? Should we just focus? Is it time for us to focus our attention fully on the special athletes when the able-bodied ones can't seem to give us anything?
Well, I don't think it's about having able-body. What are you doing with the able-body?
Everybody cannot do anything.
How functional is the complete body? Yeah. Because an incomplete body, a Paralympian that's more dedicated, that has more motivation behind himself and all that, would deliver more, even than someone with what we call the full body,
but that is not even putting his mind to it.
Obviously. And they might even want to put their mind to it, but just look at what's going on. right now. Even before we played the game against DR Congo, they said they had to protest, that they didn't give them
no payments and all of that.
You just imagine.
And that's it. That's where I will also want to ask you, Olamide. It's even worse in the case of these special athletes, these Paralympians, these powerlifters. These guys don't get that much financial attention than the Super Eagles. They don't even get as much as they do get. They don't even get up to half of financial attention. What the when it comes to Super Eagles, all the banners flying, this one, Nigeria, that support. These guys don't seem to get the support. Even when the Paralympians, when they're performing at the Olympics, is when you start hearing that they are bringing in medals. That's when attention is now getting to them. Before that time, nobody gives them our attention. Is it time? Is it high time for the government to do something and focus more on these guys? Because they are the ones that seem like they are bringing the medals and joy home to Nigeria.
See, if they are bringing the medals home, that means we need to put more effort into building them. And also those that are not bringing the effort home, we need to first of all sit back and analyze what is really going on. But when you are the one orchestrating what is going on, you can't analyze yourself now. You want to cover your own side, and you don't even want to come out there to even anyone who tries to talk about your misdeeds, your shortcomings and all that. You shift the media away from that side and project, okay, the Super Eagles are not doing well, it's Osimhen FC and all that. Nobody's really talking about. Only few people will be able to talk about, okay, what NFL are supposed to do. But we all know that anything you see on the tree is coming from the root. If the root is okay, the tree would flourish well. It's very beautiful. We can't see the root, but we know that it is there doing its primary assignment. So if these ladies and if these guys, these Paralympians are doing well, I think we need to be able to do much and just help them, build facilities for them.
Because most times it just looks like we just gather them around, just
honestly, that's even a source of employment.
Take them.
Even for the economy as well. If there are training facilities for these guys and all that,
they'll be willing
a lot of people will be engaged.
Take all these beggars off the streets.
You see, even some of these beggars, some of these people will see as beggars on the road. They have talent. Some of them can play a lot of sporting activity. They can engage in it. But when you barely even have the facility for those ones that are dedicated there, that want to succeed there, how about the ones that are on the street? They're not even aware that they have the talent.
We are not advocates for violence, because if I say make I talk what's in my mind, you will not. No, I won't do that. We can do that, outside of the studio. We'll take a short break right now, but when we get back, it is still Sports Republic, and we'll be touching on more sports stories. Stick around, don't go nowhere. Right, you're welcome back. It's still your darling show, Sports Republic, and of course we've touched on football stories, but let's move away from the world of football and let's go into the world of boxing, where unified heavyweight world champion Alexander Usyk has expressed interest in fighting Deontay Wilder, the bronze bomber, next. And Usyk, who is 38, recently stopped Daniel Dubois at Wembley Stadium in July to become a two-time undisputed heavyweight champion. He then vacated his WBO belt, with Britain's Fabio Wardley upgraded to full champion from interim. And Usyk views Wilder, a former WBC world champion, as a marquee name and a very famous and strong guy. And Wilder, who is 40, has struggled since his trilogy with Tyson Fury, suffering back-to-back stoppage defeats to Joseph Parker and Zhilei Zhang. And yes, that's it. Alexander Usyk saying he wants to fight Deontay Wilder. And however, Usyk still considers him as one of the great heavyweights of the last 10 years. I mean, when you look at Deontay Wilder, there's something about his right hand. You don't want it coming at you. And Wilder's team has welcomed the idea of a fight. And yes, this is what his co-manager, Shirley Finkel, said on the potential fight. Yes, Usyk is a great champion, and we have plans for next year. And we would like Alexander Usyk to be part of them. And if we receive the right offer, we would be open to that fight. This is a big fight, potential big fight coming up between two heavyweights. I was talking about Deontay Wilder, and yes, this is what Alexander Usyk also has to say about the bronze bomber. He said, I want to fight Deontay Wilder. I think it's interesting, and this is a world champion guy. this is a very famous guy. This is a strong guy, and is one of the great heavyweights of the last 10 years. Even though he has lost back-to-back fights, that's talking about Deontay Wilder, he's 40 years old, Usyk is 38. Do you think this is still something that should happen? Looking at the word of praises that Usyk, who is two-time undisputed champion, he was undisputed in cruiserweight, undisputed in heavyweight. This man is seen as a legend, one of the best boxers that has ever come through the sport. And he wants to take on somebody that has lost games back-to-back, right? How do you see this one? He's praising Wilder. He knows Wilder's potential.
Yes.
Do you think this is a fight that should happen?
Yes, I think it's a fight that should happen, you know, considering the fact that Wilder lost. He has been losing recently. I think it's an opportunity for him to
get back
on track and be able to showcase himself to the world again that, okay, I'm still Deontay Wilder that you guys all know. I'm not the one that's been losing twice, you know, and all that. So I see it as a very good fight. People want to say, okay, is this guy really done with boxing? It's like a lifeline for him. It's either you win here or you go back forever, or just retire and forget about boxing. If he wins, it's a very big plus to the boxing world, you know, boxing fans and all that. They get to see.
Puts him back into contention.
Puts him back again. He gets a belt again and all that. But if he loses, I think that should be that. That's a devastating blow to his career because Usyk has been fantastic. We all know. He has been very, very, very tough not to crack. That guy, though he does not have the physique and all that, but he's just a very, very strong and hard guy to break down.
All right.
So I think Wilder should be able to scale through.
It should be. Well, Usyk is very, very, very
tough.
I mean, that guy with his short, with his short hands, it comes at you really fast.
The lifeline when it comes to Wilder, you have to win. It just
has to. And the potential fight between Usyk and Wilder will pit Usyk's technical mastery against Wilder's formidable punching power. And Usyk has previously beaten top contenders like Tyson Fury, Anthony Joshua, and Daniel Dubois. Twice he did that actually for all three of them, while Wilder seeks to regain his status as a top heavyweight contender. Now, that was a potential battle between two heavyweights. Next, we are seeing a heavyweight against a YouTuber who is in cruiserweight, and that's the upcoming heavyweight bout between Anthony Joshua and Jake Paul on December 19 in Miami. Is described as a money fight for both combatants, and Joshua is set to receive a career-high payday, while the controversial man Andrew Tate, he has revealed that Paul views the fight as retirement money, while promoter Eddie N emphasized that Joshua is focused on long-term plans beyond the Paul clash, stating, "We've got massive plans for 2026, and that the fight that is streamed live on Netflix is scheduled for 8 3-minute rounds and is reported to be worth about $184 million. And Tate praised Paul's courage for accepting the fight, saying, "He's a brave man. He believes in himself." However, UFC star Sean O'Malley has expressed concern over the size and power difference between the combatants, stating, "Getting knocked out by someone like that changes lives." I mean, I find this one very funny. And O'Malley emphasized the risk of the fight, saying, "It can change the way you think. Getting knocked out, bad concussion is scary. You have just one brain," and he's willing to go out there and fight. And also mentioned that Joshua will retire if he loses to Paul, adding to the stakes of the highly anticipated bout. I mean, what Sean O'Malley has been saying, even Moses Tauma came out to say, yes, it is 184 million that you make out of this fight, right? But when your brain is twisted and you cannot remember your name, how do you want to spend the 184 million? I mean, I think Jake Paul, for me, that fight is going to happen. Of course, it has come with the publicity.
Yes.
I mean, look at that. Look at the size difference. Look, it is just too clear. In 2017, when Joshua was getting his belt from a fight, Jake Paul was winning YouTuber of the Year.
See,
heavyweights versus cruiserweights.
Don't let us get it.
It is a wrong matchup.
Don't let us get it twisted. Jake Paul is going into that ring to create content.
And what I just want from these guys is, please, it should not be staged. It should not be scripted. Let them go. Let us see pure boxing action.
If you get to see the pure boxing action, maybe they might not even get to the third round. Before someone gets hospitalized.
Concussion, because you can't. You just see them with, men with arms and, but they are strong.
Of course, they are so strong. I think it's even suicidal for Jake Paul to enter the ring.
Yes.
With Anthony Joshua.
Okay.
And you say you want to go all out and fight him, and he is ready to fight you. Nah, you have to be.
But I don't. $184 million is no joke.
It's no joke.
It's no joke.
I think it's just about the money. Because either you win or you lose, you take the money. You still take at least part of the money.
Now look at Usyk coming out to lay a challenge to a fellow heavyweight. Okay. Do you think Joshua should have accepted this one from a cruiserweight and a YouTuber?
I think this one, as I said earlier, is just about the money. Just get there, the crowd, entertain the fans, maybe most definitely.
You think Joshua will not knock him out? That concussion is
Joshua is not going to knock him out. Probably it will be by points. Behind the scenes, I don't know. I might be wrong.
Imagine Joshua winning by unanimous point. This thing is not supposed to go to unanimous.
If Joshua
stop being round one.
He might not be able to spend the money. That's the problem.
All right, let's move on to basketball because time is fast paced on the show and we have to be saying our buys. But Nigeria's D Tigers are facing a tough spot in the 2027 FIBA World Cup qualifiers with 2 defeats and 1 win in their first 3 games, putting them 3rd in Group C. And their campaign got off to a rocky start with 87-78 overtime loss to Tunisia, who are the hosts, and followed by a 69-55 defeat to Guinea, marking the latter's first ever win over Nigeria. And the D Tigers bounced back with a 75-69 overtime win against Rwanda thanks to Maurice Udeze's tournament high 30 points. And coach Abdulrahman Mohammed praised Udeze's impact, calling him the most gentleman I have ever coached and crediting him for embracing his role. And Nigeria will aim to hold on to 3rd place in Group C, which will secure a spot in the next round. And the top 3 teams from each group advance, with the 12 teams then split into 2 groups of 6, carrying forward their first round results. Only the top 2 in each group will and the best top place team, will qualify for the World Cup. And the D Tigers, who are currently 8th in FIBA's African power rankings, are under pressure to restore their former glory. Their last World Cup appearance was in 2019 as they failed to qualify for the 2023 edition. It happens every 4 years. And with 3 games left in the first phase, Nigeria needs a strong finish to stay on track. Last week, the D Tigers, I read it on here, where the D Tigers are saying, the Super Eagles must have failed the country, but now we want to restore national pride. I think they are on a good way to restore national pride. They've lost twice and they've only won once. I think it's time to walk the walk after talking the talk, and I still hope that the Tigers will come back and try to secure a World Cup ticket. We don't want to have back-to-back World Cup heartaches, in football and in basketball. But still staying with basketball, let's move on to the NBA, where Jalen Johnson of the Atlanta Hawks scored a career-high 41 points, leading the Atlanta Hawks to a thrilling 142-134 double overtime win over the Philadelphia 76ers. And the teams were tied at 115 each at the end of regulation and 126 each also after the first overtime period. And Johnson's late game heroics, including 2 3-pointers, sealed the victory for Atlanta. And Tyrese Maxey led the 76ers with 44 points. And their star player Joel Embiid contributed 18 points in his return from knee soreness. And elsewhere, Luka Doncic scored 34 points, and Austin Reeves, added 33 as the Dallas Mavericks. No, not the Dallas Mavericks this time. It's the LA Lakers. The Los Angeles Lakers. Based on context, they beat the New Orleans Pelicans 133-121, while LeBron James started out resting a lingering left foot issue. And in Portland, the Oklahoma City Thunder extended their winning streak to 12 games with a 123-115 victory over the Portland Trail Blazers. And Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, who for me, I think is going to win the MVP again this season, scored 26 points for the Western Conference leaders. It's going to be an interesting one. Joel Embiid is good to see him back in action for the Philadelphia 76ers. And look at Luka Doncic, player of the week, 37.3 points per game and 8.7 rebounds per game, 10.3 assists per game ratio, and he has won 3 and he has lost none. Absolutely fantastic. But this is where we'll be wrapping up on the show. I want to say big thanks to Olamide for joining me on the show this morning. It's been fun. A lot of stories, that we've been able to share together. And Super Eagles of Nigeria, please. The NFF, please. We are waiting to see the list. Serious teams are bringing out, their squads already, their final squads. Do not let the world see us as unserious. I mean, like I said earlier, there is a lot happening off the pitch already. We want to see the Afcon, and we want to get also that joy back, from that football. And after that World Cup attic, and I hope that is what you are going to do for us. Yes, the media news will be coming up. Yes, stay tuned for that. It's been fantastic. It's been Sports Republic, and I still remain Afiz Ogubanjo. Please have a wonderful, wonderful rest of the day. Bye for now.
VOP TV. Now, you have more than a voice.
To know the happenings in the maritime sector, join us on the program Maritime Frontiers on VOP TV as we discuss key areas in the maritime sector, from aquaculture, maritime transportation, maritime labor regulation, oil and gas exploration, ferry and passenger insurance, marine pollution and prevention, port operations, and lots more. Maritime Frontiers, exploring Nigeria's blue economy.
Are you ready for the extraordinary? Something big is happening on your screen.